Success as a real estate agent. So let's pick up where we left off. So, discussing other available properties. Before the open house, arm yourself with information on about a half a dozen other homes that are similar in price, amenities, neighborhood status, and geography to the one you're sharing. Then, when an open house guest indicates a lack of interest in the home you're showing, you're prepared to shift the discussion quickly and easily to another possibility. Load the listings onto your tablet so you can quickly access them to show buyer prospects. You can also prepare and preview properties in a price range just below and just above the price range of the home you're in and have the information loaded as well. Come armed with your tablet and prepared to show your market knowledge and export command of the inventory. The best research approach is to personally tour each home so that you fully understand and can quickly describe its attributes and how it differs from the home you're showing. At a minimum, take a few minutes to review the pictures and virtual tours of each home that is similar to your open house. Then, if a prospect expresses to you that the open house home won't work because the backyard is too small, for example, you have first-hand knowledge with which to describe the large yard of another home you can recommend. Setting the mood with last-minute touches. Right before opening the doors to your open house, take a moment to enhance the warm, welcoming feeling attendees want to experience upon arrival. Throw open blinds to expose nice views, turn on lights to brighten corners, turn candles, and plug in air fresheners to scent the air. Play soft music. Set up simple but tasteful refreshments to encourage attendees to linger. Place a guest book or sign-in sheet along with a pen in the entryway or at a point where guests gather. Take a stack of business cards and house flyers in a visible location. Meeting and greeting during the open house. Your objective during the open house is to meet guests and sell guests on meeting with you. Your measurements for success is how many appointments you book for open to open house buyer interviews, which are meetings during which you determine the prospect's motivation, timeframe, wants, needs, and the prospect learns how you work and what services you provide. Successful buyer interviews conclude with a prospect commitment, which takes the form of a signed buyer agency agreement. This agreement is a contract to exclusively represent the buyer at its core. The buyer agency agreement is like a listing agreement where your compensation is guaranteed if the buyer buys. If the buyer buys any home, your compensation for your time, effort, and energy. The single best way to obtain a buyer interview is to convince the prospect when you're face-to-face at the open house that you're the best real estate resource based on your superb knowledge of the marketplace, your high level of professional service, your ability to deliver a buyer advantage in the marketplace, your ability to facilitate the best lender agreements and the smoothest closing transaction, your experience saving buyers money in the short run via lower sales prices or initial down payments, or in the long run via reduced payments, your commitment to delivering the quality representation that the prospect truly deserves. Most agents who host open houses are most interested in obtaining contract information just so they can initiate rounds of mailings and follow-up activity. Don't let your objective get off track. Your aim is to get an appointment so that you can make a professional presentation. The big difference between highly and marginally successful agents can be measured by the number of appointments they schedule and conduct daily, weekly, monthly, and annually. When you host an open house, keep your eye on the prize, which is the chance to sit down, follow the event in a quality one-to-one appointment with the most valuable asset your business can acquire, a quality prospect. As you work to develop prospects, consider these tips. Ask the prospect a time frame question. How long have you been working? Have you been anything you've liked? How soon are you hoping to be in a new home? The answers tell you not only about the prospect's time frame, but also about her motivation. If a couple says that they've been looking for 6 months and you know that they're not very motivated buyers or that they're slow to make a decision, either one is not a good answer. Ask the prospect a dream question. What are you looking for in your new home over your present home? What features do you want in your new home? Describe your perfect new home for me. By getting the prospects to share what they want, you open up the dialogue. You also show that you care and are there to help them. Don't be a tree. In other words, don't be rooted in the kitchen or family room. Wander the house and stay close to the prospects without hovering around them. You have a secondary responsibility to protect the home and the property of the seller. If the open house guests are in the master bedroom and you're in the kitchen, they could be in the jewelry box and you wouldn't even know it. Make sure you're in the general area of your guests at all times. If the bedrooms are at one end, meander down the hallway and ask a question, checking on the whereabouts and interests of your guests. Ask the prospects to buy before open house guests leave. Ask them to buy the home. If you've not yet secured their information, you have nothing to lose. If they're not interested, ask them what about the home causes them to feel it's not right for them. Doing so opens up the opportunity for sharing information on other listings. Winning follow-up systems and strategies. Promptly after the open house, send handwritten thank you notes to every single person who provided you with contact information. In today's world of email and computer-generated correspondence, the power of a handwritten note has multiplied many times over. When following up, don't assume that your event was the only one open house your prospect attended. I guarantee you this isn't the case. Realize that you're in competition with other agents, and one way to prevail is to prove that you're the one most skilled at lead follow-up. After your handwritten note is received by your prospects, take the following steps. If the prospect has requested additional information, or you offer to provide specific information and send it promptly, but send it separately from and following your handwritten note. On the afternoon or evening of the day your handwritten note is expected to arrive in the mail, place a phone call to the prospect. If the open house was on Sunday, your handwritten note should be in the mail on Monday, and you should make your phone call not later than Wednesday. The objective of the call is to book a buyer consultation. If the note hasn't arrived when you call, don't sweat it. Proceed with your questioning and appointment setting focus. Your note will arrive the next day to the surprise of the prospect. Later that same week, probably on Friday or over the weekend, phone again. This time, tell the prospect that you found a property that is similar to what they're looking for in a home. Explain that you want to meet to evaluate its suitability. Remember, you're in competition with other agents. Whoever gets the prospect back to a face-to-face meeting dramatically improves the odds of acquiring a commission check. Repeat the previous step weekly for a few weeks. If you're unable to get the prospect face-to-face within a few weeks, the quality of the prospect is probably lower than the first thought. When you prospect at open houses, among the leads you acquire are people who hope to move but never will. I call these hope to prospects rather than have to prospects, and it's your job as an agent to determine which prospects fall into which category. That way, you can turn your time, attention, and talent to the needs of the more motivated prospect group. Winning the business and getting paid. In this part, get all the secrets about sales and service, starting with perfecting your skills as the listing presentation. Master the process of converting buyers and getting buyer agency contracts signed early in the buyer relationship. Get tips and tricks for preparing a house for showings, for virtual tours to perfect property photos to counseling owners on improvements, going through all the components necessary to make a house shine. Find effective tools for marketing your listings and marketing yourself. Seal the deal, negotiate contracts, and close deals. In this chapter, qualifying prospects based on their desire, need, ability, and authority, perfecting your presentation and delivery skills, overcoming objections, and asking for the orders, bringing presentations to a successful close. Making your listing presentation a masterpiece is our next chapter, chapter 13. But we're going to take a little break ski, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for successful real estate time. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.